So I got to ask you, why was Buffalo the right choice for you?
It's just one of those things. Free agency is just so crazy. You got so many different, teams, and you got so many different relationships here and there. And at the end of the day, you just got to give it to your family, and you got to always remember your why. You got to always remember your legacy, and that's why I did it. I don't have any reason for leaving LA. Like, I don't even know how I'm gonna look AD and Jalen Ramsey and Coach McVeigh in the face, because they did everything for me, and there was really no reason to leave. I just felt like Buffalo was the place for me to be.
What gets you most excited about this defense?
We got starters and all type of big-time players everywhere, whether that's Ed Oliver, Greg Rousseau. We got two of the best safeties in the league, Micah and Jordan Poyer. And when we get Tre'Davious White back, he's a top 5 corner in the league, 2 great inside linebackers. And this offense is just phenomenal, and it's led by Josh Allen and Diggs, man, and these guys are just insane. So they already had a Super Bowl team before. They already were winning games before, and I just wanted to be a part of it.
You are already on a great defense last year. How close is this defense to being on that level?
I think they're already there. They're number 1 defense in top 5 major categories last year.
Mm-hmm.
I just wanted to be a part of it. I've been a huge fan of Tremaine Edwards and a huge fan of Jordan Poyer and Tre'Davious White and all of these guys. Ed Oliver, he's a up-and-coming D tackle. He's gonna have a great year this year.
Mm-hmm.
And I hate making comparisons to any other guys, but he's special, just like all the other D tackles that I played with before. Aaron Donald is in a world of his own. He's the best defensive player I ever played with in my whole entire career.
I agree with you.
I could have easily just rode into the sunset and just rushed with AD and Leonard Floyd and Greg Gaines. And, but I really enjoy being around the young guys. I really enjoy inspiring guys to be better, inspiring guys to want more. Look that the young guys have in their face, like when they ask you questions and stuff, I like that. And I wanted a new start, and that's why I'm here.
The Bills haven't been able to finish in the fourth quarter. How do you guys correct that?
As you know, you just got to let it go. You can't, I think mindset is everything. And the mindset that we got to have going forward is this is a new year. This is a new season. This is a new regime. We got to lean on our quarterback, lean on our defense. We got a great coaching staff here, Coach Leslie Frazier and Coach Eric Washington are 2 great coaches, 2 of the best coaches that I've ever been around in my life. And got Coach McDermott over there. We got 3 head coaches on the staff right there. And you just got to continue to play. You got to keep rushing. Josh got to keep throwing the ball. Diggs keep catching touchdowns. And whenever that opportunity presents itself in big-time games, you just got to take advantage of it.
How often is Coach McDermott talking about situational football, because you guys lost some games because of situational football?
Coach McDermott is a great coach. He's a great teacher. And we talk ball, we talk situations all the time. And I don't know what happened in the past. This is, I've been on a team for, 6 months. And all I can do and all I can focus on is moving forward. I know what a winning team looks like. I know what winning locker rooms looks like. I know what great coaches look like. And we got all 3 of those here. We got a great locker room here. You can't win the whole thing without a great quarterback. You can win a lot of games. You could get to the playoffs. You can probably go deep in the playoffs. But to win the whole thing, you got to have a superstar quarterback. And we got a superstar quarterback here, and we got a really good defense. And we just got to take advantage of the opportunity whenever it presents itself.
I look at your former quarterback, Matthew Stafford. How would you defend him? You've been around him. You know exactly his pros, his cons, and everything that he does, his tendency. How would you defend him?
Him and Cooper Kupp, you can't. In a heavyweight championship fight, you can't expect to go into a heavyweight boxing fight and not get hit. They're gonna land some punches. They're gonna land some big punches. We gotta land our punches as well. We gotta land our jabs. We gotta land our hooks. We gotta land our haymakers, and we just gotta make sure at the end of the game that we make enough plays to put us in position to win. You
go from Matthew Stafford to Josh Allen now, and just watching him in practice, the control that he had of the offense, he's making these throws in between the corner and the safety. Like, what's impressed you about him? Because, man, this kid is special.
Everybody knows he has a huge arm. Everybody knows he's fast. He reads offense. He reads defenses pretty quickly. I've been impressed with his mindset. As a pass rusher, you want to hit a quarterback and you just want to see him fold. You want to see the confidence drop. And I don't care if Josh gets hit 100 times. You know, he just has this confidence about him. He has this energy about him. The stage is never too big for him. I played against him, you know, a couple of times, and you felt it on the field. You felt his energy. You knew he wasn't scared, whether he was down, whether he was up. You know, he just has this this shark mentality, and blood is in the water, and he's trying to go in and get the prey, man. And it feels good to be around guys like that. And you know, Josh Allen, he's a big-time quarterback. The situation's never too big for him.
Now, all this conversation about Super Bowl expectations, how open are you guys in the locker room to discussing that amongst each other? Or is it something like we used to do one game at a time and we used to suppress it? But are you guys open with it? Do you have open conversations?
Yeah, you know, I'm obsessed. You know, I'm obsessed with winning. I'm obsessed with going to the playoffs. I'm obsessed with having success on the football field and seeing my brother celebrate and seeing the fans go crazy. Like I'm addicted to it. For me, I talk about it all the time, and I know we want to focus on the main goal, but that is the main goal for me. That's all I think about, 24/7. Whenever I'm talking to the young guys, I try to explain to them. It's like explaining what heaven looks like without even being there.
Right.
You know, you pray and you think about it. But when you win the Super Bowl, that's football heaven, as you know. It's nothing higher than that. And I sit in the locker room and I talk to the young guys all the time about what it takes to win, that mindset that you have to have each and every game, whether it's practice, whether it's cold, whether it's windy. You just got to have this certain winner's mindset to go out there and get it all done.
So you're talking to them about the journey. Now tell me the story about what you did with the Super Bowl trophy replica in L.A.
So I just wanted to have a visual. I wanted to have a visual for guys to see, and I brought a replica Super Bowl trophy in. It was a replica that I got made after the Super Bowl that we won in Denver, and I put it right there in the equipment room, and I used to write a little note on it every day. Every day of the playoffs, I wrote a little note. So one day it'll be, pressure is privilege, and the next day it'll be, remember you said you'd do anything to get me. You know, just like little notes to have everybody laser focused on the task at hand. So it was just a visual for guys to see. And I think when you see that Lombardi trophy and it's that close to you, it brings a little bit more out of you.
There's a lot of secrets that you know from the Rams. How much of those secrets are you sharing with your current Bills teammates? Like, is it Cooper Kupp's routes? Is it Aaron Donald, the way he uses his hands? You know, anything like that? What are you sharing with your teammates?
These are great players. Coach Mcveigh is a great coach. There's nothing I can tell these guys. Yeah, you know, I'm not sitting here going over routes with those guys. AD is the best defensive player I ever played with. There's nothing that I could tell these guys that would, you know,
help stop them.
I can't give them, you know, an edge. These are Hall of Fame players, Hall of Fame coaches. Now, what I can do is I can have my guys ready to play. I can have my guys ready to play the best game that we could possibly play. And when we get in a heavyweight championship fight like that, you throw blows, and you just got to make sure that you have the finishing blow at the end of the game to get it done.
What's the #1 rule when you're facing a Sean McVay-led offense? Is it stay disciplined? Is it make sure that you're very disciplined with your eyes because all the shifts, all the emotions and things like that? Like,
Coach McVeigh is just a mastermind when it comes to offense. For me, I got to get to the quarterback. I got to find ways to affect the game if I can't get to the quarterback, whether that's stripping the ball, whether that's getting the ball back for the offense, whether that's blocking the ball, getting a deflected pass, whether that's...
So basically pressure, getting to the quarterback, you put that on yourself.
No, I mean, you know, sometimes with the offense, if they don't want you to get a sack, you know, 9 times out of 10, you're not going to get a sack. I got to find other ways to affect the game, though, whether that's getting G ready to play on the other side so he can have a great game. Whatever it takes for us to have one more point than the other team at the end of the game, that's what I got to do.
I have a lot of respect and admiration for you because you're so humble. You've had a tremendous amount of success, and you have this humility about you. Where does that come from?
You know, I'm from Dallas, Texas. It hasn't always been easy for me. You know, my mom and my dad, they've been to every single game that I've ever played in my life. You know, I've always had somebody there, and I'm constantly reminded of the hard work that they put in just to get me to this point. Even at 33 years old, you know, my mom, she still comes to the games, and my dad, he's 63 years old, he still comes to the games, and I got a son now, and I'm constantly reminded of my why and my legacy and why I'm here.
You talked about Aaron Donald, and Aaron Donald told me when I was interviewing last year at the Super Bowl, he told me that you had such a profound impact on his, you know, in his football career. allowing him to become a better leader, more vocal. Is that something you take pride in?
I think
Helping the younger guys?
I really do enjoy helping the young guys, and it's not really a technical thing. You know, I'm a mindset guy, and I think some of the best coaches are able to use a certain mindset to get everybody to play at a different level that they wouldn't normally play at. And it's not all X's and O's, and it's not all technique. You know, you gotta genuinely have love for these guys. I genuinely love my teammates. And if I could say something to them to get them going, that's what I do. Aaron Donald is the best defensive player that I ever played with.
He might be the best player I've seen.
So when we talk, it's not necessarily about X's and O's. You know, it's about how can we get the most out of other guys. You know, because football is 11 guys out there. How could I get, you know, this corner to play better? How could I get the safety to play better? How can we play better? So it's really a mindset thing, and I enjoy, you know, figuring guys out. You know, finding out what makes them go, you know, knowing about their kids, knowing about where they're from, you know, knowing if they want that second contract, knowing they're just playing the game because they love it. I enjoy building these relationships with my teammates and getting the most out of them.
So there's a lot of people that really didn't believe in your signing because you're 33. Do you feel like you have added pressure because of all the, you know, all the hype and everything that's coming with you signing here?
You know, pressure is a privilege, and throughout my career, you know, I've learned to just embrace the pressure. Pressure is a privilege, and to be in organizations like the Buffalo Bills and the Los Angeles Rams and the Denver Broncos, where it's Super Bowl or bust each and every year, you know, I've kind of got accustomed to playing in these situations. You know, I don't like to shy away from big time games. These are the games that I want to play in. I want my son to be able to see me play in playoff games, Super Bowls, you know, and that's constantly on my mind. I'm obsessed with winning. I think once you get that little taste, as you know, you get that little taste, it just creates this addiction. You know, if you don't win a Super Bowl for 31 teams, it's bust. And we have those type of expectations here. Now, we got priorities that we have. You know, you got to work and chip away to get there, to have the opportunity to play in the tournament, to win it. That's all real. But in the back of my mind, you know, it's this obsession about winning. It's this obsession about going to the Super Bowl and getting my guys to play at a level that they wouldn't normally play at.
Has your training regimen changed any? Like, now that you're at the AFCs, have you gained weight? Because you look pretty big right now.
It's this hoodie.
Okay. Have you gained weight as you've gotten older? Did you lose weight to try to stay quick? What's kind of your training regimen? Have you changed it at all?
I try to stay the same weight. You know, I try to stay around 245 to 252. You know, it's a long season, and we're here in Buffalo. They got great food, so you know, it'll go up. But you know, I don't want to be over 252, and I don't want to be under 245. My game drastically changes whenever I drop out of those zones. But you know, I really try to focus on my conditioning. I try to focus on my explosiveness. I've identified those two things that really help me be who I am on the football field. If I'm not explosive off the line, if I don't have the conditioning in the fourth quarter, then it's a different run. So I try to focus on my conditioning, I try to focus on my explosiveness, and I try to really hone in on those things even at 33 years old.
Well, talking about your explosiveness, I'm sitting there watching you in practice, and brother, you have not lost a step. They can say whatever they want at 33, but can you just show me? I'm gonna play the right tackle, and the thing that really impressed me was not only your first step, but the way you're able to bend, the flexibility that you have to get so low to the ground where you're almost touching the ground. At 33 years old, you don't look like you've lost anything.
I appreciate that.
So if I'm the right tackle, and I know most people think pass rushers, this is all physical, but you take it to a different level because you think the game. Yeah. So if I'm sitting back here, what are some of the things that you're looking at?
So I always try to talk to the guys about the game within the game. You know, I'm 245 pounds. The offensive lineman I go to are 330 pounds, and Trent Brown is 360 pounds. So I gotta be able to play a chess match with these guys, whether that's speed, whether that's power. You know, I want them constantly thinking about the next move. You know, I want to control the game. I don't want them to control the game. I want to play the game on my terms. And the way I do that is always with a great get-off. You know, a great get-off is essential in rushing the passer, especially at my size and at my weight. I want to get the best snap that I possibly can get, and I'm going for it. And I'm just reacting at this point. If I'm past them, then it's just a swipe. You know, if they jump out ahead of me, then I want to stutter and try to get back outside, or I want to stutter and work inside. And here with this team, really throughout my whole entire career, I've always had stud defensive tackles on the inside. Here we got Ed Oliver and Jordan Phillips and Daquan Jones. You know, when I was with the Rams, we had Aaron Donald and Greg Gaines. And when I was in Denver, I had, you know, Derek Wolfe. I played with Derek Wolfe for 8 years.
Good player, yep.
And this guy jump out of here, I have Derek come, you know, set a pick, or I have AD set a pick, and I wrap around. We'll put AD on the other side, and 95% of the time, if you put wherever AD is, he's gonna get the slot, so we know how to work those games. And it's not necessarily about me just bullying this guy to the quarterback. I just play the game within the game, and you know, my job is easy. I got a whole game to get 1 or 2 sacks. You know, this offensive lineman, he has to stop me 100% of the time, or he didn't have a good game.
So when you're rushing, you're reading the body language of that defense, of this offensive tackle. So if he's high, then you can maybe shake him and just use power. But if he's low and he seems like he's in great position, then what do you think?
You can feel it. Now I want to create the contact. I don't want him punching me, and if he shoots his hands at me, now I'm reacting to his punch. Now I'm in trouble. I want to play the game on my terms. So if he's sitting back and he's being passive, I want to stutter and I want to be aggressive with him. If he's being aggressive, then I want to be passive. It's constantly the game within the game. It's like a little chess match throughout 4 quarters. You know, they got to be perfect the whole entire game, and I just got to get back there a couple of times for me to get my job done.
All right, I got to welcome you to an exclusive club, the 2-time Super Bowl champion right here. You see these rings right here, man?
Yes,
you talk
sir.
about this is what you're obsessed with. Guess what? I was obsessed with it too. Oh, you got yours. Oh, look at that.
I'm obsessed with it too.
Well, what's the difference?
You know, they get bigger and bigger every year.
Yeah. This one is like the size of both of mine.
They get bigger and bigger every year, man. And, you know, hopefully if, if God says the same, you know, we'll have a 2-finger ring here in Buffalo.
Well, I think you guys are going to be going for 3.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate you.
No doubt,
yes,
brother.
Sir.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.